And hello, hello. We are streaming. So my mic is not, what do you call it? It's not giving feedback to my headphones. I don't know why. I have it on the settings to do so, but it's refusing to do so. I think this is just a case of OBS being OBS. But yes. I will, when I do the, when I actually start writing or doing the little work with me thing, I will be muting my my mic and probably just talking in chat if anyone shows up. For a few reasons. One, I'll be clicking and clacking and on the keyboard and rustling around through all my papers, so it'll be pretty annoying, and there's a good chance I knock my mic over. And the other one is if somebody does come in chat and I start talking, I'll probably just yap instead of like actually doing the work that I need to do. I don't know how long this is going to be. My goal is 500 words, as it says on the new list right there. The idea is that I get 500 words done today, and then tomorrow, and then the day after that, and then the day after that, and then the day after that, and then I have like 2,500 words, I think. The bare minimum for the fan fiction thing is 1,500 words, and the maximum is 3,000, I think. And I don't actually have like a honest word count criteria for myself, but I feel like that's what it's gonna be, around there. But my mind is really blank today, and I do have stuff to do today, but like I needed to just do this, even if it's only one time through. I just need to get it done, or get part of it done. Because if I can get 500 words down in a few minutes, then I'm good. Then I can get this finished in time, because it's also due near the end of the month. But yeah, my mind is blank. I haven't read anything today. I usually prefer to read something before I start writing. Not even necessarily something that I'm going to write like. I feel like reading usually gets the gears turning in my head a little bit. Not really in the mood to write this either, but like I said, I just need to get it done. I've been very kind of slump-ish when it comes to writing. Well, it's more just like I'm trying to write other things. Never the thing I should be writing. But nevertheless, I will grab my notebook where I recorded a few ideas and then probably get started in a second. I'm terrible about writing down ideas. I feel like I forget who it was. But not writing ideas down. Hey, do you want to kill yourself? See, this is what I'm talking about. The paper's really loud. think I have... I definitely have enough to make 250 words just by looking at it. And I might just write 2 different parts. But I will, the next time I speak, I'll talk about a visual novel I played recently and the one I'm going to play next. And I plan on doing a review, and hopefully that'll be out by the end of the week as well, but I don't want to promise too much. But let's try to get this started. I wonder, if I shrink this page, will it like still be streaming? Looks like it. Nice. Okay, how do I do timer? There's the timer. Yeah, I'll do 25 minutes first. And here we go. Okay. Okay. Let's stop that before the alarm goes off. Oh. I want a break. Why must you make a break? Okay. I'm gonna do this, and it's no more than 10 minutes I'll start writing again. So I got about close to 350 words, which is good. Hopefully I can finish it in this next one. I also noticed two things when I shrunk the window of Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions. It paused like the timer for the stream, which I didn't realize, but it kept going, so I fixed that. And then I also realized my character was not writing. I never put them anywhere. I completely forgot about that. So my bad on that. It's kind of funny. It feels like 25 minutes was the wrong choice because I felt like I was just starting to get somewhere as that went off, but that's okay. Honestly, I just needed to write. So a few of the things that have been keeping me in a slump lately. One, I finished a really big book called The Invented Part by Rodrigo Frazan, which was pretty dense. Not terribly dense, but it was dense. It was just dense. But I honestly, the part that was kind of rough, and this is something that can get me in a slump, is that when I come away from the book without much to say, I guess, like, I don't know, I have things to say about it. Like, I can say this part's good and this part's bad. But overall, I found myself towards the end just wanting to finish the book. Just to finish the book. And then when I finished the book, I just kind of put it on my shelf and was like, okay. Because there were still parts in the book that I think about now, but overall it was like way too long and way too self-indulgent. And it was, I think it even says this, that's the problem. It was extremely self-aware, but that doesn't necessarily make your choices right. Just because you know what choices you're making and you know you're satirizing things and like kind of doing like isn't it crazy when novels do this? It doesn't necessarily make it a good read. It can be, but I think it said something towards the end that it was like a book of impressions, and I think that was exactly what he did, is made a book of impressions. And then I wanted to do, this is kind of funny, I wanted to do a review of a short story. So I picked this short story. It was a short story novella type thing, like 60-ish pages, 60 to 70 pages. And it was good, actually. I did like it. I found it interesting. It was new to me. It was avant-garde. Experimental, which is what I typically like. But I got to around the 30-page mark, near halfway. And I looked ahead another 30 pages, and I just thought, no thanks. I just didn't want to finish it. It wasn't calling to me. It wasn't speaking to me. I didn't have any drive to finish it. And then I thought, well, now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna read? What are you gonna review? And serendipitously, a new visual novel was released. Just came up on my Twitter, and I was like, sure, why not? I'll do that one instead. because I already planned one review that I was going to do, a visual novel review, and I'll talk about that later, maybe. And I thought, yeah, I'll do that. But then I read this visual novel, played the visual novel, whatever you say. And it was way shorter than I expected. I actually shared it on Twitter. It's called Above Eden by Seraph Engine. And it's good. It's good. It's a charming little piece, but it's also not the best. I didn't feel like I could write a review about it, because if I talk about it, I noticed, like, when talking about it, or like when bouncing around ideas in my head, if you will, I noticed that anything I say about it will make it sound a lot worse than it is, because it's less than an hour long, and it's charming, but at the same time there were definitely I felt like it was more of a prologue than anything else, or a prelude. I wanted there to be more in every section, but that doesn't necessarily make it bad. But if I say that, I feel like people would think it was empty. So I definitely recommend playing it. It's less than an hour, and I shared it, so it should be easy to find. There was also something that I did find interesting. The prose was good. The art was actually really good. I really liked the background art. Music was okay. Really liked the background art. But it definitely felt like the author of it created this character. The character, like, love interest, I guess, not really. This mysterious girl. And was more attached to her by the time they actually got around to writing it than the reader would be, and it kind of felt like that because everything moved very quickly. I feel like I was supposed to be enamored, maybe not romantically, but just enthralled by her mystery much sooner than I was, but I wasn't. And that's kind of what I mean by it felt like a prelude or a prologue, is I just wanted there to be a little more of everything. But it's still really fun. I think people should play it. I really like the background and how they used them. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it without it sounding like I'm talking bad about it, because it is good and it is charming, but it left me with a feeling of wanting more from it rather than being satisfied from it, which I don't think is a bad impression. Also, there was this part that kind of made me laugh, but not for the right reason. I thought this line in it was too much. I thought this line was too much, and they should have changed it. My first thought was like, I get what you're trying to do right there, what you were going for. It was a little comedic, but in the end it kind of came off silly and didn't really fit, and I could see the inspiration behind it, what you wanted to do with it, but it was just a bit corny. But then I thought, no, keep that in. Absolutely keep that in, because it made me remember there was a story I wrote where I put this really, really stupid line in. It's so stupid. But I needed a line there. I kind of hit a wall, and I just made a line up, and it was so stupid. But I put it in anyway, and then kept writing. And then I came back to it when I was doing a rough edit, and I came to that line, and it made me laugh because it completely broke the flow and the mood and everything. But then I kept it in because it was funny to me. I just kept the line. And it made me think of that, and I was like, no, we need more whimsy, more just writing for yourself, writing those funny lines that could come off as a little cringy, but in all honesty, they're funny to you, and I think more of that should stay. And that is too, especially if you're not looking for a publisher, that's probably not gonna fly with a publisher. It might. I don't know the young adult market, honestly. But like, I don't know. I liked it. I didn't like it. I had like a knee-jerk reaction to it, and then I realized how much I did like it, or the spirit of it, and it made me smile. So I really liked that. Put those lines in that seem goofy. It's always worth it. I mean, I guess that's the thing. It depends on how serious you're being. If you're being super serious about it, I understand editing those out. But I mean, if you're just writing for you or an exercise, or because you want just because you want a story to tell, you don't have to have everything so serious. That's actually something I've been thinking about lately. I feel like everybody is like, it's not that everybody's too serious. It's that there's a mix-up in what we're serious about. Like, we're too serious about frivolous things and too lackadaisical about serious things. And it's upsetting. I'll see people like coming for each other's throats over not liking the same anime character or something. It's a side character for 3 seconds in one episode, and then not even care that, I don't know, like about global warming or fish dying off, or whaling being reinstituted on a global scale. I don't actually know if that's happening, but that's what I'm talking about. And we'll treat the disagreement over a single line in a visual novel like it's a worse sin than the war is happening. Okay, I should get writing again. So let's do this. Round 2. How do I do this? Oh, I'm dumb. There we go. Okay, back to writing. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna end this a little early. Because I did finish. I guess I kind of cheated, but not really. I just repeated a few words, but it was for effect. Yeah, I got 500 words done, so I'm technically done. I'll end shortly. Because I am very, very hungry. I have not eaten today. No, I had a slice of bread this morning. But yeah, I'm pretty hungry. The next time I'll stream, which could be tomorrow, could be a few days, I don't know, will be a first-person shooter called Bright Memories, or Bright Infinite Memories, something like that, I forget. Yeah, I've never played it before, but it looks kind of interesting, and a short little game. So I'm gonna play it, and hopefully it's fun. I don't think I have anything else to say, really. Because I'm very hungry and my stomach is growling, and I don't know if you've been able to hear it or not. I do have some interesting games I'm looking forward to later this month. At least one. But yeah, the next game will be a shooting game, which I'm not great at, but I'm okay at. I used to be decent at them when I was a kid, so hopefully that just carries me and I'm not too rusty. It's like a single player campaign. It's not like a PvP at all. But yeah, it's just a single player story. Anyway, I think that's it. I will end it all here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we got some stuff done. I got a little bit done, and hopefully I never talked about my review. That's okay. Hopefully my little fic will be done by the end of the week. Hopefully, and then same with the review, but who knows. Thanks for watching.